Hello amazing leaders, and welcome to day 64 of the Amazing 90 Day Challenge. Today's topic is the power of our words. Now I think we all underestimate how much power there is in our words that we speak over ourselves and over others that we love around us as well. Yesterday I wanted to just share a story with you from something that I observed. I was at a local cricket fun day, and there was a fair sort of around the cricket pitch with different stalls, and I happened to be sitting next to a couple I've never met before, and whilst they were setting up their stand and talking to each other, they had their little girl running around as well. She must have been 2 or 3, very, very small. And the way that they were speaking to each other, but especially the way he was speaking to her. Now I don't know if they were married or not, but if they were, the husband was speaking to the wife. He was belittling her, putting her down, telling her how bad she was doing different things. And it was just really uncomfortable. They weren't trying to hide it really from anybody. They weren't shouting at the top of their voices either. But it just got me thinking that the effect that had on the people that were around them, on me, or on anybody else that was hearing it, on their child, that she was hearing all of this too. It was just amazing how a few chosen words in a negative vein, with the power that it had behind them, could have such an impact. So much so that I wanted to talk about it today on the podcast and on the social media sites as well, just to share it with you, because it made me check myself, and I wanted it to do the same thing for you as well. Now, they weren't fighting with each other. They weren't, didn't storm off or do anything like that. It felt like this was a daily occurrence, or at least a regular thing anyway. It was supposed to be a fun day. It was supposed to be a nice thing. It wasn't raining. The cricket was on. There was fun things to look at and do. People around were laughing and joking. Yet for some reason, and I don't know these couples, so I don't know what was behind it, but he felt the need to have a go at her constantly, almost throughout the whole entire day. So it made me think, what are we doing? What are we saying? Have we ever been in that situation before? Are we doing that now? And it just felt like habit, the way they were speaking to each other. So I wanted us to all check in today with ourselves as to how are we speaking, not only to ourselves, but to others around us as well. And what was really fascinating was that whilst this was all going on, there was moments that he would go off and she would be left by herself. And I could see her going to the front of her stand that they'd put up together and getting her phone out and taking a selfie of herself. All smiles, making sure the lighting was right, and you wouldn't know if you just looked at that Instagram post or Facebook post or whatever social media site she was putting it on, you wouldn't know that there was any problems at all in her life. And it really, I could see it. I know we know about photoshopping and we know about different people putting up masks and filters and different things like that, but to see it so vividly in your face, hearing these conversations going on of negativity and horribleness, and then 5 minutes later her smiling and trying to take a nice selfie with her stand behind her. I mean, I had to give her some credit because she just kept going. No matter what he was saying, she just kept going. I don't know why they're in that relationship together. It felt really awful and very toxic, but she put on a brave face to the rest of the world, which is good in one respect, but also how many people really know what's going on in their world? How many people know what's going on in your world? How real or fake are our lives? If we're just posting up positive messages all the time, or positive pictures, or fun things that we're doing, do people really know what we're going through? And I think the answer is no. I think there's probably very few people that are either listening to this or watching this that really know what you're going through, or what other people are going through as well. So today I wanted just to put it out there, the power of our words over ourselves. Are we speaking truths or lies into our world or into others around us as well? Are there similar things that we have to that couple? It might be a slight extreme exaggeration, it may not be, but is there similar things that we can learn from? Have we been like them? Are we like them now in any situation in our life, with our friends or with our family or with our partners as well? Maybe even people at work. Are the people that you smile to their face and then frown when they turn away? Whatever it might be, I want you just to really think about that. And one thing that we can do is just to check back over the recent conversations that we've had. Again, who have you spoken to recently, and who have you come away from thinking, I didn't really handle that very well, or that wasn't very good, I didn't like that way that conversation ended, or the way I was in that conversation. Maybe there's some things that you've got to put right. You need to reach back out to people and just check in with them and let them know that maybe you weren't in a good place that day for whatever reason. You didn't handle that situation very well because of something else going on in your world, or you just didn't know how to handle it. And it's okay to admit that. And I think you reaching out to them really helps you become an amazing leader to step up, so that they know that you don't always have the right answers, that you can apologise for the way that you spoke to somebody, and that you can say, let's help each other move forward in this situation as well. And how are you speaking to yourself? What words of positivity, of affirmation are you putting over yourself each day to help you be the best you can be the most amazing leader that you can be for those around you that really need you to step up? The power of our words are something that I don't think we talk about often enough, that we don't focus on often enough. Both negative and positive, there's power in either side. And I'm putting it out there today. I want you to have power in positive words over yourself and others around you. So remember that today. Remember each conversation that you're going into, how powerful that words are spoken into other people around you, especially in your team or your family or younger people around you as well. The more level of authority that you seem to have, the more powerful your words will be. So as we get older and wiser and more mature and higher up the business organisation, the more powerful our words become, whether we like it or not. That's just the reality of life. So that's why I think it's important for us to study this, study ourselves on how we're speaking, on how other people are hearing us, and making sure that our message is getting across correctly and in the way that you want it to. So sometimes you can just check with people that they've understood, that they're okay with that they know what to do next, and that you love them, and that it's coming from a place of love rather than a place of hate, and that you want to empower them and build them up. And all the time you're doing that, you're going to be doing the same for you as well. So I hope that's helpful. I hope you'll have an amazing day. And remember, why be average when you can be amazing?